it sounds like you're going to need a lot of time and energy to marketing and to sales. Put that in your budget, because I didn't see that in your budget. So, I mean, even 50 grand, 100 grand, it's not unreasonable.
Okay.
So that changes it from a student project to a business.
That's great advice, and that's something that we certainly don't know about. This is why this is very important.
So you mentioned 7 out of 10 people have a waterborne disease at some time during a given year. What does that mean? Does that mean they have diarrhea for a day and then it's gone? How does that compare to the U.S. or to a Western country?
Right.
I mean, there's a high percentage of people who have a short waterborne disease in the U.S. too.
Right.
Or a short food-based disease.
Right. As far as the U.S., we don't know. The study that we were looking at basically compared people in slums to people not in slums. The exact numbers I don't know off the top of my head, but it was 7 out of 10 people in the slums have. It's a significant. The actual description it made it not just like you're not feeling ill, but things like missed work, you're not able to do your normal functions. In comparison to people who aren't in slums using a different type of water or source of water, it was significant. I don't know, but the contrast was made between the two.
How about deaths?
Don't know.
I know that over 50% of the infant deaths are based upon contamination.
Right.
That's worldwide.
Right.
And I think that might be important for your presentation.
I think that's an excellent point, because that ties in really well with you wanting to partner with a local women's group. I mean, if you're targeting new parents, and if you're saying, we can affect the health of your infant, that you might have a stronger starting point.
That's a great point.
Again, not to be a broken record, and I just want to again drive home the data-driven validation that a lot of people have already pointed out here. It'd be useful to know a data, if you can do it yourself, how successful WOFI is, and and really the efficacy levels of actually improving the quality level of the water, as well as case, both of which are equally important,
Right.
and compare them to other solutions which are similar, small form factor. That's it's very, very important for you to have that data because people need to know how did you come upon WOFI and what else did you consider, not just end-to-end solutions, but even specifically for pasteurization or just specifically for purifying water that's already there.
Great.
Anything else? No.
All right, thank you.
All right. So the last thing will be reach out water solutions. I'm going to come up and
It's just a general comment for all.
Yeah.
But that's still like, I mean, you're still talking about how are you going to impact, contamination. It's not a big issue. So if you're not,
how much fuel you are taking. That's difficult in that part of to understand because they are doing more cooking like over one day they are cooking. So just to tell them, yeah, so just to tell them I can save like 2 minutes or saving 3 minutes, that would be the difference I think to go from 70, 30, 100 degrees Celsius, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. So if you change that, if you can do 3 minutes less, I don't know.
Reach Out Water Solutions will give a presentation. Please introduce yourself.
All right, we are Reach Out Water Solutions. I'm Mark, Brian, Karthik, and Tony. Today we're going to be talking about the Slum Water Program. The Slum Water Program is our solution to provide sustainable water supply to slum dwellers in Mumbai, India. Our solution is based on a proven, community-based method for providing services to slum dwellers. It improves the quality and quantity of water through a unique delivery system and community education. So to give you a little bit of background, the country of India has 1.1 billion people. Current water coverage for India is 86%. This leaves 187 million people unserved. At the same time, India's economy is growing rapidly. It's becoming a major player in the global market. This rapid economy growth is causing a major rural to urban shift. In 1990, there was 25% of the population living in urban centers. Today, that is 28%, or 290 million people. By 2017, it is estimated that 38% of India's population will live in urban centers. This is 500 million people. Despite India's rapidly growing economy, there is a large division of wealth within the country. That, combined with the high population densities within urban centers, makes housing prices out of reach for most most lower class Indians, hence the creation of the slums. Currently, there's 62 million people living in urban slums in India, 10 million of which live in Mumbai, our study area. The city of Mumbai has 19 million residents, a staggering 54% of which live in urban slums. The BMC claims that it provides water coverage to 70% of Mumbai, although this figure, especially when considering the slums, is going to be significantly lower due to the transit nature of the slum population, and the fact that many of the slums are not even recognized by the government. The BMC is the organization in charge of providing water, sanitation, and all other civic services to the population. As far as their water program goes, they have the second highest staff per connections, 30 staff for every 1,000 water connections in the city. Despite this, and that is compared to the rest of the country water suppliers, despite this high amount of staff, they are only able to provide 5 hours of water per day to the residents. This amounts to 560 million gallons of water for the entire city, 86 million gallons of which go unaccounted for through theft and lost through the aging infrastructure. All of these problems lead to poor service. This poor service, in turn, leads to poor cost recovery practices. The BMC only recovers 47% of the money they spend on water service. This leads to residents feeling like they shouldn't have to pay for the water, and the BMC feeling like they can't charge for service. Thus, this leads us to our first major problem with supplying water to slum dwellers in India. It's the management system. Government-managed, grid-style water supply does not work within the organic, high population density of the slums of Mumbai. A water solution needs to address the management issue. The second major issue is the quantity. There is not enough quantity. in the 5 hours a day of provision for slum dwellers to receive enough water. The third major issue is convenience. Many families have to rely on single taps that are scattered out throughout the city. This translates to long lines, women